Hi, everyone. Welcome to the September meeting of the Missouri Evergreen Circulation Committee. I'm Meredith McCarthy, the chair of the committee, and we are recording. If you have a moment, please go ahead and enter your name and your library in the chat. That helps with recording who was here. And if you aren't actively speaking, you can go ahead and mute your mic. That kind of helps with some of the background feedback. Things. And hopefully you guys can see my screen. And this meeting should be fairly brief. And we may have some other people to fold in that had some other conflicts as well. Just on logistics side of things, I did want to let the committee know that Rhonda is going to be out on leave for a little while, so she has to step back, but we will definitely welcome her back when she's able to come back into being an active part of the committee. And Belinda had another conflict, so she's not going to be available today for the meeting. So to open up the meeting, does anyone who is not an active member of the committee have something they want to go ahead and bring forward in the public comment section? And I know there's a lot of discussion on the email list about the courier bins and them going to the postal service. So definitely that's something that we're keeping an eye on and are aware of. Okay, hearing none, we'll go ahead and go forward. I just put the Evergreen Users Conference on there as a placeholder. Hopefully we'll see a lot of you guys there in St. Louis on Wednesday morning, bright and early. And if you did not get signed up for it and are wanting to come, just make sure to let me know, and I'm sure arrangements can be made. But hopefully we'll have a good session in the morning. There will be an open forum session also later that afternoon to hopefully try and recruit some other libraries that are not currently part of Evergreen. So if you happen to be traveling with anyone that might be interested in joining Evergreen, have them come join us in the afternoon at 3 o'clock for that session. So does anybody have any questions or comments about the user conference? Okay. Hearing none, I wanted to also take the opportunity to have Greg Whitmore join us. He is the new Evergreen cataloger that we've got. So yay, welcome Greg. So I'm going to go ahead and relinquish the mic and have Greg introduce himself.
Hi, thanks for the introduction. I'm Greg Whitmore. As she said, I'm not really assigned to any specific library. I'm here to help everybody. Our main focus for the first part of the year that I'm going to be with you is working on some sort of consistent training for all the catalogers and all the libraries so that we have less background work to do overall. I've been a librarian for 15 years, and almost every one of my jobs that I've had is focused on cataloging or tech services in some manner, way, or form. I'm new to Missouri. I've only been here since June, and I'm going to the conference this week, so hopefully I'll see some of you there.
Wonderful, thank you, Greg.
Yes, it does.
You're muted still.
Thank you. Talking to my empty office. On the ongoing project side, we have a subgroup that is working on the damaged Evergreen items best practices. We've got feelers out to other libraries to get their documentation from some of the larger library systems. And so that project is ongoing. Belinda, who couldn't be here today, did volunteer to step in for Rhonda and is checking and updating the circulations contact list on the website. Some of the libraries, their little letter code acronym was missing or perhaps incomplete. She did volunteer to just verify that the circulation contacts are up to date as well, which is awesome. And then Diane was going to update us on patron permissions, but she also has another conflict this morning. So she may or may not be joining us shortly. This might end up being the world's shortest meeting if we don't have anything else to go with it. So I'll relinquish the mic. Is there anything that anybody else wants to bring forward to discussion while we wait just a little bit to see if Diane can join us?
I'm here. Can you hear me? No.
Yes, I can hear you. Yay, Diane is here. Woo-hoo.
I'm wearing too many hats today, so I've missed everything that was already done.
Not too exciting. I just reminded them that the user conference was happening and that we would see them then. Greg introduced himself, and the damaged items best practices, we are still gathering info, and Belinda is stepping in for Rhonda to do the updating of the circulation contacts list on the website. Rhonda had to step away from the library for a little while, but she'll be back in a couple weeks.
Okay, wasn't there someone who was also checking on how we can best contact the state library without doing an end run around Mala about the courier?
The feedback I got from above was that Mala was still the best path for us, but I figure
Okay.
when we see the powers that be on Wednesday, we can bring that forward to you. I know,
We can do
but the feedback I got was best to go through the Mala channels, but when we
Okay.
have people in the same room, we can revisit that hopefully.
Okay, we can talk about that in person. Well, then I was looking into staff permissions, which I think is a wonderful project. And I have a fascination with the staff permissions because I'd love to come up with something perfect for Missouri Evergreen. So I contacted Equinox about staff permissions and told them about some of the anomalies we found. And they told me that Missouri Evergreen has its own set of customized staff permissions. So they sent me those and I looked at them, but there are still anomalies. Like I have permission to do things that I shouldn't have permission to do things. And she also brought up, I can't even, Kilsdonk. It was Angela Kilsdonk, if you know it's her from Equinox. She said that probably some of the things I'm doing is covered by everything. And we know that everything is an old permission. And I said, so can you tell me what everything covers? But she even admitted that there were some things that staff are able to do or not able to do that doesn't fall in line with the permissions that she has recorded for Missouri Evergreen. So in other words, it's still a work in progress. And I don't know any more than I did the last time we met. There are still things that we can do that I don't know why we can, and things we can't do that I don't know why we can't. But, and I did tell Angela too, that at this point, it seems like the best thing to do would be just to look at those 500 permissions and choose for ourselves what we think we would like our staff to do and create a new permission group. And I've kind of kept in touch with Nate Byring about this because he's the one who created the spreadsheet that we saw before. And I can share with anyone who wants it the spreadsheet that Angela sent me that's specific to Missouri Evergreen.
So for taking this forward, do you think it would make sense to gather a subcommittee of like the interested parties to kind of look at it and take it forward like you're describing?
Yes, I think so. I'd like to start beginning to feel like I'm not just hitting my head against a wall. I don't know if that's possible because this is real life.
So is there anyone on the call that isn't, you don't even necessarily have to be on the committee, that might want to dive into that with Diane? If not, we can put out a larger call to Evergreen at large too, because it's more than just a circulation concern.
This might not come as a surprise, but I'm interested.
Good on you, Nate. You're not ready to just bow out yet.
Not yet.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. And then if when you guys get together, if you think you need a larger hole or whatever too, we can put out that larger call. If you think it makes more sense to keep it close at this point, we could do that as well.
I feel like lobbying. I think Nate and I need to get on the plane and go to Georgia and meet in person, you know, eye to eye to be able to talk to people.
Awesome. Okay, and that is all that I had on the agenda. If anybody else doesn't have anything else to bring forward while we're all here, I think I will set you free onto your day. And this might actually be the shortest one I've ever did. The first one I did, I think, was 15 minutes long. Okay, awesome. Well, hearing none, I set you free. So hopefully we'll see everybody on Wednesday that can
See you
make it.
tomorrow. Yep.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Tomorrow.
I
Bye-bye.